Before you click off, this isn't your normal Manny Wanders episode. I mean that. For starters, I changed the name from Manny Wanders to Manny Whips, just because it sounds a little snappier, I guess. It sounds a little better. I wouldn't say it flows better, but it's snappy. Many whips. Whips.
Whips.
Many whips. Many whips.
Many whips.
Many whips? But that's not the reason you clicked on this video. I guess that's how it goes. What's your worst fear? Is it heights? Are you frightened when you think of other people's thoughts or opinions towards you? Are you afraid of death? If so, what do you live for? What are you content with? Do you need more than what you have now? It's okay if you don't know. It's fine if you do. Things can be as deep or as shallow as you would like them to be. Art, or beauty, I guess, is in the eye of the beholder. My girlfriend told me that. So why can't I treat my problems the same way I treat my fortunes? I was listening to an episode of JRE, that's the Joe Rogan Experience, for those that don't know. And on this episode, the guest said, and I quote, "To believe that there is no God, there must be a God." And that guest was Cat Williams. And that was a controversial episode because, well, this was a while ago, but they had beef. This was, it's not that recent anymore, but it was recent, somewhat. It's human nature to always point the finger or pin the culprit on someone else. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a psychiatrist, a sociologist, a biologist, a psychologist. One of those ought to be right. But rarely do we blame ourselves. Why? Maybe it's just easier to tell ourselves that we're fine, even though we aren't. What makes my Toyota so special? Why do I have to hold back tears when looking at it? It's merely a machine, an imperfect one at that. What makes my pickup my truck? Is it the body? The original 22R with over 240,000 miles on the clock? The California frame, which only has slight surface rust on it? Yes, I'm bragging a little. It's my gem. Is it me? As car guys or gals, or whatever you may be comfortable with, we build connections with these hunks of metal. We grow alongside them, because they're there. Sure, they might not be capable of forming human cohesive thoughts. Did I use that word right? But they're there. She was there. When I got pulled over for the first time, for allegedly speeding, not sure how I did that in an 80s 80 horsepower box. When I got stranded because my throttle cable snapped, so I drove back home using a shoelace tied up to my throttle body as means of acceleration. She was there. When I had a camper show on it and let my buddies ride in the back, as they shouted horrific slurs out of the back of my truck. When I got stuck at Dockweiler because I drove a little too far into the sand. Or the countless truck dates I've had with my girl. She's been there. And although my memories will one day get foggy, I'll never forget my first car. No. Truck. Yodas never die. Or so they say. That's it. Now, before anybody says, "Oh, you goofy man," I'm wearing Crocs, don't laugh at me. Before anybody says, "You goofy man, you goofy goober, you crashed your truck," I did. Shout out to Yonka, by the way. He still makes awesome content. You guys should check out his channel. Link in the bio. Anyways. Yeah, this truck is scuffed. I would definitely like to fix it back up. However, it's looking unlikely at the moment, and that's really a tragedy because this is my first car. You know, even as it was, I knew this truck was bound to come to a halt, or maybe even an end. And that was mainly due to the 22R in the thing. It's a bit old and it needed some refurbishing. Again, 240,000 miles, 241 now. But yeah, definitely it was time for a rebuild, or a brand new, you know, a swap in that case. Hello, Rocco. How are you, buddy? Do you miss the Yoda? I miss her too. Oh, there's the old oil we had and a bunch of garbage. Hello, buddy. Yeah, it's like a junkyard back here. The fact of the matter is, these cars are replaceable, and our lives aren't. Thankfully, I was okay, but sadly, the truck wasn't. You can see my leg right there. I'm wearing shorts. But will this truck make a return? I hope so. Like and subscribe. Oh.